Hello everybody, I'm the Outcast What If, and this is the second video to my Halloween special. I hope y'all enjoy. This is What If Deku Was Rorschach Part 2. And, well, without further ado, let's get started. Where we left off at was, well, Deku having to tell the little girl's parents that he, well, couldn't keep his promise. And that, well, he was too late. This ended up with him walking off in the downpour of the rain, thinking about his actions of that night. He, well, died that night as well, along with the little girl. As soon as he found that she was raped and killed, he died that night. Ended up being, well, unhinged, justifiably, there we go. And, well, he went off the deep end, killed, well, the rapist and the killer, before lighting his house on fire and staying up there. Rorschach then, well, went back to his little home, well, makeshift home / warehouse, where he went to go collect his thoughts. However, his actions didn't go unnoticed, mainly by the underground hero Eraserhead, who watched the whole ordeal and silently agreed with Rorschach. Well, yes, Aizawa does have to bring him in for, well, vigilanteism for one, and murder the second. He really doesn't want to. He honestly wishes that Rorschach could become an underground hero like him already. However, this will not be the case anymore. Now he has to hunt him down and bring him to quote-unquote justice. Of course, justice has been twisted in so many ways by the Hero Public Safety Commission that there's no sense in knowing what justice actually is anymore. They've become corrupt and greedy, and they just become, well, higher up on Rorschach's list of, well, corrupt officials he needs to take down. It was then when Rorschach leaves his warehouse, he goes and to find Garrett, an informant, and ask about the Hero Safety Commission. This leading to, well, not much, leaving Rorschach pissed, and, well, leaving the apartment. He has no leads, and, well, there's no crime about in his exact location. So he's just wandering the streets until he hears something. Someone behind him this ends up being Eraserhead. Eraserhead, why are you following me? Rorschach stated or asked in his gravelly, unfazed way. Rorschach, you know, I have to bring you in. Because this so-called quote-unquote justice system, it makes you a villain in the eyes of them. But we both know that I don't want to do it. So I'll fill you in on some information and I'll just say you got away. This better be good. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to break your fucking kneecaps and break all your damn fingers before leaving you to the damn rats. Rorschach stated, seriously, causing Eraserhead to, well, nod his head and give him information what he knows about on the Hero of Public Safety Commission, as well as, well, Elite. And, well, it leads to one official who was literally 2 blocks away participating in child trafficking. And Rorschach used his grappling hook and, well, scaled the building that way before headed off. And, well, Aizawa just shook his head and walked off, continuing on his patrol like nothing ever happened. Rorschach on the rooftop watching below as one the female of the Hero Public Safety Commission or the president anyway is, well, how I say, running it. And with how, well, she's doing things, Rorschach pretty much jumps down and says, Madam President, what are you doing here? He says in a low tone, causing her to jump slightly before pulling a gun and pointing it at Rorschach's head. You know very well. You can't stop me, Rorschach. After all, I control everything. You control everything? That's bullshit! You know as well as I that you need to be brought to justice. He growled before, grabbing the gun out of her head and pistol whipping her on the side of the head before grabbing a nearby rock and tire iron before beating the other living shit out of her. This goes on for 15 minutes, and, well, let's just say she's still conscious, but she's dying slowly. She says, even if I die, I will always have a replacement. public will know," she says before she starts to look away. Rorschach gets pissed and says, "Look at me! You will know this no matter how many replace you, no matter how many continue your little trafficking red. I will be there, and I will end them and bring them to justice," before he takes the tire iron and stabs it through her skull and down into the concrete below. With this, Rorschach gets up, bloodied, before he just, walks away. He then, wanders the streets, stops a few crimes, and, goes back to his little base. And, grab some beans before going out on the streets. This being, let's just say, holding up a sign in his disguise for when he's out. Literally his mask. And let's just say it has been a quite eventful night. As the night was eventful. He did, stand outside and, let's just say, it was a very, very interesting time with all the murders, the news reports, and only Rorschach without his true face. And standing out with a sign that says, "The end is nigh." Of course, people pay no mind to him, as they assume he's a crazy person. So they leave him be for fear of catching his quote-unquote crazy. So, as this was happening, Aizawa walked by and noticed the familiarity of, the man, or teenager, I should say, standing on the sidewalk in this rainy weather with, a sign that says the end is nigh. But he thought nothing of it, just assuming it was just his paranoia. And so, let's just say that he ignored it, with Rorschach watching and walking off before putting on his face and doing some work. It was then that, something happened. A pro was killed at sometime around midnight. last night, and nobody knows who did it. Rorschach uses his grappling gun and grapples up to the pro's apartment. And well, let's just say the pro was Mount Lady. She was murdered in cold blood and thrown out from her 40th floor apartment, crashing onto the concrete below. Question is, why didn't she use her quirk to save her? She couldn't. It was theorized that her quirk was erased around the time of the murder. And, well, with her being fame-seeking and not at all very strong, it was ruled to be a struggle, but ended up losing. But Rorschach knew better. He knew that she was murdered, and not some bogus thug. No, he knew this was the work of somebody who had super strength, judging by the holes in the wall, and super speed. All the while trying to think of who had that. And so he was investigating her apartment, going through anything and everything that might be evidence. And, well, it was not a very, how you say, interesting time. There is almost nothing that he could find to suggest that she would have had somebody with a vendetta against her. Well, this is where I'll leave it off. I've been the Outcast What If, and I hope you all enjoyed. Bye-bye.